Guys, the market today, October 30th, the day that everyone said, this is the crash. This is when it's going down. Arrow, I'm cashing out on the 30th. At least that's what half of the community was saying. They were all saying, yo, I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out. This is the crash. Then the other half of the community was saying, hey, if everyone's selling on the 30th, if that's when knives are becoming cheap, that's when I'm going in. That's when I'm going hard into the economy. So, let's see what actually happened today, October the 30th, exactly 7 days after skins became tradable. Exactly when skins became tradable from the Great Retake update. In the last 24 hours, skins are up 9.4% in the last 24 hours. Refresh. 9.7% in the last 24 hours. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, have you heard that skins make you play the game better? Try Skins Monkey, a trading site where you can instantly trade skins safely and easily. Pick your skins, explore thousands of available items, and then trade to get new ones right away. And if it's your first time, you could use code ARROW to get up to $5 for free on your first trade. And if you want to buy skins, with code ARROW, you'll get an extra 5% on top of the 30% deposit bonus every time. That's, let me get a calc, 35% more skins. They also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, so use code ARROW to trade out your old skins and buy new ones. Link is in the description. Even when people said, nah, this is the crash. This is the crash. I'm selling on the 30th. I'm cashing out completely. Nope. The CS market prevails. The CS market says, hey, if you're crashing, I'm buying. I took a little bit of advantage of this. Last night, I bought a couple Neon Riders. I'm already up $20 to $30 on each of these. Pretty solid purchase. Because I knew that people would be panic selling their reds. Oh my god, so many people bought reds. Yeah, but there's so many people who want to trade up reds. I don't know. To me, it made sense. Now, I do have to wait 7 days, of course, and maybe the market will be different in 7 days. But at least for right now, it is up. In my opinion, and I don't know how far this, how much this matters. I think that people have this desire, this unstoppable will to buy the skins that they want in Counter-Strike. And when people are seeing their favorite knife go down $1,000 or $1,500 in a day, that's going to ring the alarm bells and make people go, whoa, I was willing to buy this yesterday for $4,000 or last week for $4,000. Why would I not buy it today for $2,000 or $3,000? Butterfly Knife Fade, $2,300. Now, obviously, you can trade up to this pretty easily nowadays. If you put in 5 Breakout Collection reds, you have a like 3 or 4% chance of getting this. The odds are incredible to get a Butterfly Knife Fade. As compared to unboxing a case and trying to get one, you can trade up to one pretty easily. And it's 8% chance to get a Butterfly Knife Fade if you put in 5 breakouts. My apologies. And while you're doing that trade up, you'll also get other butterfly knives that you could sell to make up for the loss of your trade up if you don't get the one that you want. $500 for an 8% chance. So, like, it does make sense why stuff crashed so hard. But for the people who don't want to gamble and just want to buy their dream knife, it's still a okay buying opportunity. I mean, 50% down for a knife they were already willing to pay $4,000 to $4,500 for? Yes, but breakout people are over-investing the profit since it adds so many minimal wear knives. I mean, that is also true. There's going to be a extreme amount of other knives added into the economy that are not the Fade, and those will probably all go down. Part of my theory is that the cheap knives will not only stay cheap, but probably get even cheaper when a lot of those are traded up to. And then there's going to be an oversupply of them because there's not enough people who want like a butterfly knife safari mesh battle scarred. But I think this comes back to human psychology. This is like a reverse anchoring psychology thing, where people will see a price used to be very cheap, and then let's say a couple months later it's a lot higher. They won't buy it because, oh, I had the opportunity to buy it at a really high price. But now something like the Butterfly Knife Fade, because I'm just using that as an example, it was a really high price, and now we anchor our idea to that price, to a $4,000 price valuation for a butterfly knife fade. But now it's down to 2,300. Well, that's the reverse anchoring effect, where, oh my god, I could have bought it there, but now I could buy it this for almost half the price. Of course, there's still going to be those people saying it's too much, it never should have been that high. But, oh my god, I thought I just got trade reversed. But there were people willing to buy it at 2,000 and 2,100 and 2,200 and 2,300, and now there are people buying it at 2,400. The price is back up 17%. And, I mean, guys, I made this list the other day on the 27th of October. My guesses for what will have the best recovery when it comes to knives. So far, let's take a look at the glove and Hydra case items. Hedge Maze up 17%. Pandora's Box up 5%. Buzzkills are kind of the same right now. Superconductors are up 9%. Hedge Mazes are up 5%. Is there anything I'm missing? Pandora's Box Minimal Wear up 9%. I mean, I think I even saw a pair of these sell for like $9,000. Spearmints up 10%. Crimson kimonos are chilling, but they did go up about 17% since the bottom. We could also check out the breakout case stuff. So our butterfly knives. So Case Ardent up 26%. Crimson Web up 30%. Case Ardent again up 20%. Blue Steel up 33, up 30. Slaughter up 26%. And guys, these are all in the last 24 hours. I just think, especially with these ones that I listed, the ones that don't have that many reds to be able to trade up in the first place, and the case is already expensive, and the case isn't really dropping all that often, it just made too much sense for them to not go up. Bayonet Sapphire up 43% today. By the way, October 30th, guys, this was supposed to be the great dump, the great fall off, the great crash. How is everything so up then? At least for now, and I could be wrong, the panic selling is over. And people are starting to realize, okay, you know what? We sold for way too cheap. We sold way too much for way too cheap. And it could be the people who sold off day one, finally got their funds, and now they're buying back the cheap ones. Or it could be everyone who traded up. And maybe it wasn't even that many people who did eventually trade up the reds that they bought. So they're selling their reds and then buying the knives that they wanted. There is also the case where tomorrow we're going to see the market crash again, because maybe people bought up more on the second day than the first day. Because keep in mind, the update came out at like 4 or 5 p.m. So people only had 6 to 7 hours to buy up everything that they wanted. So then the second day, they had 24 hours to buy up everything that they wanted. Tomorrow at new trade hold hour, it will be the same as today. Bro, that refresh screen is crazy. The fact that that happened, where did that Reddit post go? The fact that this happened and the market is still up today makes no sense. This was hundreds of knives a minute and the market is still up. In my opinion, I really just think people can't stop their Counter-Strike addiction. I mean, look at me, for example. My inventory was down $50,000 and I was still looking at when to buy. And I bought many new knives. And I was still willing to do trade-ups, knowing that gloves were cheaper than ever. Like, even though the market crashed, there is still this unshakable faith in skins. Guys, since the crash, how much have you put into CS in the last week? Okay, a lot of people are saying $0. But then there's a lot of people saying 2K, 4K, 2,000, 1,000, 1,200. Someone even said $15,000. So, 300K. This guy's probably being for real as well. So, like, I think there's a lot of people that are becoming very bullish off of this market crash. Because if you were looking to buy into CS for months and months and months, and you were constantly asking in my chat, because there were a lot of people saying, is this a good time to buy? Should I buy now or should I wait? Should I buy now or should I wait? Look at this graph. 2 years of upward movement wiped out in a day. About here. $3 billion. This is the beginning of 2024. Wiped out in 1 day. In a few hours. Went all the way down to $3 billion. So why would y'all not expect people to be coming in here and buying up? Even if it's not for an investment, even if it's just buying up to be able to have an inventory, I don't think it's that big of a shocker that people are buying their favorite knives that they've wanted for years that have been way too expensive, that dropped down by 40 to 50%. I think it makes too much sense that the market is going up. And if it goes down again tomorrow, I think more people will buy in. You are coping. I mean, that's just my perspective of things. As someone who's been here for 10 years, since 2020, 2015, even when the game seems dead, even when there's no updates for 2 years from 2017 to 2019, people are still spending money on this game because at the end of the day, it's a game that people want to play, that people want to flex their money in. Like, guys, do you really think the millionaires and billionaires who play this game are going to see the market go down by 40% and go, all right, that's it, I'm out? Nah, they're going to go, all right, this is a perfect opportunity to buy more things that I wanted. Like, I really doubt this got rid of too many of the whales. Like, this type of guy, someone who's putting in $500,000 into the game, they're going to see this crash and go, all right, perfect opportunity for me to get the skins that I was going to buy anyways. I just want to buy a skeleton knife. Exactly. And now, if the market crashes even more, bang, that's your opportunity to buy a skeleton knife. Like, how cheap can you get a skelly right now? Before the update, almost $200. Now, 123, and it was even down to 76. Like, I think a really good example are these vanilla knives. Vanillas have gone down so hard. If you're a vanilla enjoyer, I don't think it's ever been a better time to buy a vanilla. Like, look at these prices, brother. Paracord vanilla, $67 on buff right now. They were $150 a couple of days ago. Down by 3x the price. Fuckery vanilla. These were $250. Now you can get them for $100 on buff. This crash above all else is so good for people who wanted to buy skins. And that's why I think even if it does continue to crash, it will have an equilibrium. And then once that equilibrium is met, eventually trust will get regained. And in my opinion, the price will go back up. I don't know how long that's going to take. It started to happen today. But I do believe that people will stay in Counter-Strike. Like, where else is China going to go? I don't know. Even at a time like this, when people are hating the game, hating the devs more than ever, let's see how many cases are being opened on the daily. 2.4 million still. To this day. 2.4 million. This month as a whole, 61 million cases have been unboxed in the last month. And someone who has skins in the game reached out and said, hey, you might think that number is because there's a lot of trade ups, but according to my stats, because I can actually see how many cases are being opened, because I get money from every case opened, those stats are pretty accurate. It might be a little off, but 60 million seems accurate as far as I've been told. Crazy. Make sure to subscribe.